with me some Dairy Queen.
Dang, Jeannie's
So
getting
halfway through
Dairy.
this
Oh, I
podcast, I'm
forgot.
going to be
Pod
sending
night
you
is
some.
Dairy Queen night.
It's either pizza or Dairy Queen on podcast nights.
Fair enough.
That's
Fair
a good
enough.
idea.
Oh yeah.
All right, it says we're live. I'm going to check my page real quick. Boom. There's one. I don't think I'm live. Oh, nope. I think it just went.
I'm live.
It's crazy to me how big of a delay there is. Rob, what you got to do is just copy this link and put it into your original post.
Oh, the link to the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we already got people swarming in here. Let's go, baby. Welcome, welcome. If you guys are watching this already, you're early, hit that share button, like, tag at least 1 or 2 people. This is going to be an interesting pod, to say the least. All right, highlight. And then I'm going to share it to Liberty Base Heads. How do I do that again? Group.
Adjust.
All right, there we go. And then copy the link. We'll drop it into here. Here we go. I got to be honest with you. I am so much happier now that we don't do the what should we call
Intro?
it? The 5 to 10 minute intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
All right,
know,
we
dude.
got
I kind
Kevin
of
in
miss
here.
Blaine.
We got. Dude, I miss Blaine doing the intros. I do not miss the 5-minute countdowns where it's nothing. That sucks.
Yeah.
It's awkward. It's awkward.
Listen, if you guys are in here at Blaine, I'd love to have Blaine in here right now. I think that'd be fun.
Please get him in here.
Blaine talked to me just a couple days ago and said that he would love to hop on the pod one day for us to shoot him a link, and he would.
Bro, shoot him.
Today's the day. Get him in here.
Hey, Les, hold on. Dr. Phil is crazy, dude. Hey, dude. Now, son, listen here, okay? We're going to have a great time tonight, okay? We're going to talk about our feelings. We're going to let them air out. We're going to work through these problems one step at a time, okay? All right. Oh, look. Josh is spotting Vince. Vince is up there in the corner. Vince, say hi.
Hello.
Vince,
What's up, Josh?
Well, I'm getting Blaine a link to this real quick. We're also going to have Drew pop in here at some point. But go ahead and plug your website real quick.
What state are you from, Vince?
I'm from Ohio.
Oh, okay. You're up there with Jason. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about 3 hours from Jace.
Gotcha.
After driving this weekend, I never want to drive again.
For some reason, I
Okay,
was thinking you were from like Illinois or Missouri or something.
No, I'm up right by Toledo, right by the Ohio-Michigan line.
Oh, okay. So you're really close to Anthony Gordon then, because he's in Michigan.
Yeah, yep.
Ninja's in, Michigan too.
I should see him this weekend, actually, because we're going to a show up in Kalamazoo.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I drove all the way to Michigan to pick up a double windshield from him from Georgia. Like I picked
Oh,
up
damn.
two.
Okay.
Yeah. I stayed at Jace's house, and then the next day I drove the rest of the way to Anthony's to get the windshields, and then made the long
Forgot you
drive
did
back.
that. All right, guys, there's 30 people in here right now. If I could have you just do me 2 things real quick. Hit that share button. Tag somebody who you know is a builder. We want to get those guys in here. This is a podcast strictly for building enclosures and car audio, okay? There's definitely a reason why we're doing this podcast, but we really want to get as many people in here as possible and get some input flowing. That is the objective. Wait, is Josh or Vince, is Josh really like 5 minutes away from you?
Yeah, he's right down the road.
No kidding.
Up and over the bridge, we call it.
Which Josh is
Up
that?
and over the bridge.
Which,
Oh,
Josh you talking
Dakota,
about?
how's it going, my friend? Oh, we can bring Dakota on
Ow.
as well.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, okay. I know what Josh is talking about. Sorry, I wasn't looking at comments.
Be more loud right there, baby.
That's the guy right there.
Blaine
There
said,
it is.
what did I do? We want you in here, baby. Come on in. The water's warm.
There's one really good builder in the house. Oh, there he is right there, Brandon Moore.
Ba-boom.
We'll get to that a little bit later.
All right. So I'm gonna start diving into this. We're gonna start going into this thing smoothly as possible. Because we got a lot of people in here. I'm gonna lead a question off for Vince here. Okay, so I'm gonna start this thing off.
All right.
Vince, when you have a customer come to you, okay, and they ask you to build their vehicle on a budget or build their box on a budget, how do you as a builder handle that situation?
See, that's a hard one because it depends on how we go about budget. Some people's budget could be $500. Some people's budget can be $5,000. I will build the best that I can build for your budget. So let's say like my prefab line, everything is going to still be double baffled and braced and all of that kind of stuff with a cheap budget. The only difference is if you spend more money, you will get the upgrades, like, well, let's say the carpet or the stain and things like that. Like, to me, budget, it can go, it's hard because you'll get somebody that, I think I've talked to you about this before. Oh, I want a box for 415s, but I've only got $200. I can't do that. I'm sorry. We can do that with some like 1/4-inch press board, but I'm not putting my name on it. Like,
okay, so I want to hit on that a little bit. So when a box leaves your facility, okay, every box that has left your facility, have you been confident to put your name behind it?
Everyone has my name on it.
Could you ever see yourself letting a box slip out of your building with your name on it that doesn't meet your standard?
No, nope.
I think a lot of builders would feel that way.
That's not. I mean, I have had boxes that have failed. I'm not going to sit there and say that I'm perfect, but guess what? When that person comes back and say, "Hey, this failed or this failed," that box that they get the next time is free, 100% free.
See, that's really cool, actually, and I'm glad to hear that. That's just good customer service, though, to be really honest with you. I like that a lot. Now, if you don't mind me asking, was it early on when that happened to you, or has that been later on?
No, it's been I'd say about a year ago. I had a guy, I built it was a 212 box, and it was supposed to be for just some entry level. I think it was the Resilient Sound Golds. Well, they ended up with some ZV6s in that box. Now, that's a huge difference in, weight, all that stuff. So he came to me and said the box failed. Well, after I found out what was in it, that's not on me at that point. That box was not built for ZV6s. That box was built for some golds. So you can't come at me with a bad, I guess, with my name in your mouth in a bad way when that's not what it was built for.
Yeah, valid point. Valid point. And that is a steep difference between the two. It's very different.
It is.
So the reason we're having this conversation is, unfortunately, Rob has received his build back from a long stint of being away, and it's not perfect. Put it that way. Rob, is that a fair way to put that?
Yeah. Does my mic sound better now than it did a while ago?
It needs to be turned up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little quiet.
Hold on. I don't know why.
Here,
for some
hold
reason
on.
It's quiet.
Usually we don't have this issue with him being loud. Oh my gosh, hold up. Oh, wait. Okay.
What about now? Is it better?
No.
Hold on. Say something now.
Test.
Dude, I'm just gonna crank you up.
Can you do that? Does it make it
Yeah, I
louder when you
can.
do it?
I'm not
I'm not sure
noticing.
why it's doing that. Like, I'm using the same headset and.
Oh, there it goes.
I just-
Sounds better now.
I turned you up
Better
to
now?
200%.
That's a little better, yeah.
Okay.
Dude, this
All
is the
right,
doctor.
so- Before I say anything, I do want to say, if anything that I say tonight is incorrect in any way, if it sounds like it's false, like I made it up, like there's no way, blast me on Facebook. Post the screenshots about it. Prove me wrong. Like, don't let me say anything that might not be right. And I will
Say
give
less.
credit where credit is due in some areas, but I want to start off by saying me and my builder, super good friends for a couple years now. And this all started because I saw the work that he was doing to his own build, and I saw the work that he did to a friend of mine's build, and I was like, man, you're doing some solid work. I'd like to have you do some work for me. The goal was I wanted a turnkey build that I didn't have to put a hand on. Like I just throw money at it and that's it. Initially, it started off with the idea we were going to do an enclosure. In fact, if you go on my Facebook and look at my pictures and go all through them, you'll see there's a picture that Drew Jones came up with that he designed an enclosure for 12 15s in a fourth order. That was the initial plan. It quickly turned into let's throw a lot of money at it and let's go with an acrylic baffle. I'm pretty sure it was the baffle was the first idea. Um, I was kind of against it because it's a lot of money. The two inch acrylic is like $1,600 a sheet.
Wait. That much?
Yeah, and
I
Dakota's
thought
in the chat. He can back me up on this because he's the one that actually got us the link to the acrylic. I'm pretty sure,
you
but
were cheaping out, big dog. Whatever.
absolutely not. Um, the first 2 months of the process went really well. The finishing work, the Bondo, the fiberglass, all that stuff came together really quickly for the shell, and I was really impressed by that. Um, but then, unfortunately, and Dakota can back this up, Dakota had a fire at his shop where he was working on my acrylic. That happened around January, February timeframe, and it burned his shop down. He lost his CNC machines. He lost everything. Somehow, miraculously, my acrylic was down low in the shop and did not catch fire. It's crazy, but it did not get damaged. It took everything else with it. The problem is it took Dakota months to get back on his feet and get his actual like shop going again to where he could work on the acrylic. So for 6 months, Dakota had the acrylic and was having to wait on getting equipment to do the work on it. During that time, to my knowledge, I could be wrong, nothing occurred on my build. No progress was made. However, I still made 2 payments during the time of no progress being made. Even though I said that I didn't make any payments during that time, I looked at my Cash App. I paid 2 payments. Um, Fast forward, we get the acrylic back. Supposed to start getting things in motion. I'm told multiple times that I need to stop stressing, stop worrying so much because I had a lot of concerns about the acrylic not working because every builder I talked to was having doubts, saying, you know, that's a lot of power, that's a lot of cone area to trust acrylic. Like so there's a lot that could go wrong. But I was reassured multiple times, this is in our chat, that I just need to trust him and he's going to make it right. Unfortunately, now that I got the build back, and I'm skipping ahead a little bit, some things
Yeah, can I
happened, some
comment on
personal
something
stuff
real
happened
quick?
between. What's that?
Can I comment on something real quick?
Yeah, go
Because I
ahead.
want to give Dakota his flowers on it. The acrylic looks great.
Yeah, it does.
I just want to say that. I just
don't
because
get me
he's
wrong,
in here.
the photos of the build that are on Facebook make it look really good. I think of it as like MySpace angles, where you take it from an angle and it looks
Ooh.
really good, right? But once you
Our
start
chief
diving in and start
correspondent over here,
looking,
Tyler, was really good at that.
you start noticing the shortcuts that were made as you start looking at it more. And the problem is, I saw the build throughout the process, but it was always in his garage where it's not super bright. I couldn't really see every little detail. It was when I got it and got it home that we started really looking at it closely and noticing all the shortcuts and the flaws in it. Now, again, I'm fast forwarding a little bit, but towards the end, there was multiple times where we would say, "Hey, this show is the deadline. It's got to be ready by Made of Steel. Now it's got to be ready by the World of Wheels. Now it's got to be ready by Liberty Bay Showdown," and it just kept getting kicked down further and further down the road. Around the last month ish, the builder and I had our like personal issues between each other. I'm not going to go into detail with that. It's his business, but because of that, I wanted to get my build back like ASAP. Like whatever I got to do, I want to get my build back. So I was told I can come pick it up. I was told multiple times, to his credit, that there would be some small stuff that he wasn't able to get to if I come pick it up that weekend. In my mind, I was like, "Oh, you talking about like the voltmeter, the amps aren't going to be tuned, small stuff." I was told, "Nope, the voltmeter's hooked up. Yeah, you're going to have to tune the amps, but aside from that, it's just small stuff. I'll come down to Georgia and fix it for you." Mind you, we live about 4.5 hours away from each other. And I was okay with that. I just wanted to get the damn build back in my possession. November of this year will be 2 years. So we're technically, if you look at the date, we're a little over a year and a half right now that the
Look
build
at
has been
Vince's
going
face
from
up
him.
here. Hold on, hold on. This is like no.
That's such a
Now-
long time.
Now, for legal reasons, I'm not going to show you my screenshots of the money that's been transferred because he has yet to show me proof of what he spent money on along the way. And I don't want him to see what I have that's factual and be able to make his stuff line up with my stuff. So for legal purposes, for now, I'm staying quiet about that. But I will tell you, I've done the math, and it's over $18,500 in labor alone. Now, Dakota can vouch for me. I was told that I had roughly $6,000 to $7,000 worth of acrylic and labor in the acrylic through Dakota. However, from talking to Dakota and seeing screenshots he sent me, I only actually have about $3,000 to $4,000 tied up in all the acrylic and the labor because a lot of the labor was done because I bought Dakota a laser whenever his laser went out. That was $600. We worked a deal out, or sorry, they worked a deal out where Dakota got some of the acrylic cut-offs and he kept that and used that as part of the labor for the braces that he did the work on. Like all these little deals were made that I wasn't aware of. I thought I was paying cash for all these things the whole time. Man, there's so much to unpack here. I'm trying to stay like on
Vince,
timeline.
I want to bring Vince into this real quick. Vince, when you're building an enclosure for someone, like obviously you set like a price out for them. Like I'm just throwing a number out here. Vince may not charge us for a box, but I'm just throwing a number out here. Okay. Say you want to do 2 15s, let's say for ZV6s, and the box is $1,000. Do you break down where that $1,000 comes from, or do you just say, "Hey, it's $1,000, take it or leave it"?
No, what I do is I like to try to have a certain amount that I make on a box. So you figure you have wood, you have what, and nobody seems to understand this, but you have electricity, the glue, the screws, things like that. They add up, and a lot of people just don't realize that. But let's say you have, I mean, you got to pay for the experience. I'm designing it. All that stuff goes into a box. So whatever's left, if there's $500 left, let's say, that's what I'm going to profit. But I always set myself aside a certain amount that I would like to profit. The bigger the box, the longer it's going to take. Obviously, the more I would like to profit. It doesn't always work that way. But, that's a lot of money in acrylic and things like that. I've never done an acrylic, like a complete box. Like I'll do windows and things like that, but I've never done an acrylic box. The only other person I've seen do something like that is Steve Mead with those B2s he's got in that Escalade.
Scala, what is it called again? It's,
I forget what that one's called. But the thing,
or something like that. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've never worked like that with acrylic. I can imagine the cost in it, but
expensive.
That's just, I don't know. I'll wait to hear more of the story before I comment any more on that. But back to my part, like I have to make a certain amount for the box to be worth it.
Well, so my question, bring it back full circle. Do you provide like an item list of what it took to build that box to the customer? Like, hey, it used 3/4 inch birch, and we used 4 sheets, and we used these type of screws, and blah 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 blah. Are you providing that to them, or is it just, hey, this is what it costs?
If they want that, they'll get it. If they don't ask, then they don't get it.
Fair enough.
I guess I was just curious. That's kind of straight to the point. Like if you want an itemized statement, I will give that to you. I'll break everything down. But if you don't, you're just like, but usually everything's cheap enough that nobody really cares, I guess you could say.
Right. You're not getting into the $4,000 or $5,000 for a box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never had anybody want something like that. Like I want to get to that point. I promise you that, but I've never if I sell a box for $600, I'm happy.
Right. So Carrie just came in here, and Carrie is a really great builder in the Carolinas. and does some amazing work. Truck boxes, standard boxes, extreme builds, you name it. Carries a Swiss Army knife down there, and he's just getting after it. And he just commented it too. He said that he doesn't itemize boxes either. But I would imagine that when you guys get into your wall builds or things like that, I'm sure you guys get into that side of things.
Well,
Yeah.
But Rob, I'll let you go ahead and continue. I just wanted to give a little breather right there, and then let you keep going.
so when you get to like a wall build or something at that scale, it is a good idea, I think, to itemize a lot of the items, like for instance, the amount of wood that you're going to have in it. If you have angle iron or steel, those things add up really quickly. So keeping track of that is important. And starting out, that's something that was happening for the first month or so. I would get like an update saying, "Hey, here's what you've actually sent me so far. Here's what I spent the money on," which was freaking awesome. And then when I would go over there and look at it, I'd physically see what my money paid for. But as I've been like tearing this build apart, I'm just finding so many shortcuts that, for instance, like this is a small one to me because it's filler wood. But I took the back lower wall off the sealed section, and it's layers. But there was one spot where I popped a piece of wood off, and it was just PL glued, like liquid nail was ran across it in a little S pattern to laminate it to the next sheet of wood. It was super easy to split the wood apart because if you know about doing like enclosures out of wood, you want to use wood glue and get a good thin, like a good coat, like an even coat to get a proper lamination. PL glue between wood, it doesn't get that lamination effect. But anyways, I popped that wood out, and what did I find? That cheap particle wood, that OBS stuff,
Oh,
was used in the middle. It wasn't a lot, but it was in there. Like that's what he was using to fill those voids. Again, is it a huge deal? Probably not. But it's one of those things where I've got so much money tied up in it and so much time tied up in it that finding those kind of things along the way is really just adding to me being more and more upset about it. God, there's so much, dude.
Carrie
The
says that it's
screws,
total BS to do that.
yes. And I've been taking videos of everything I come across and taking pictures of everything I come across because it's just adding up to be more and more and more. I did a long video just going over the overview of what I saw when I first got the build back and it stopped raining. My wrap has random little spots where it's nicked and scratched or cut, whatever. Um, Random screws either wasn't tightened all the way up or weren't there at all on subs. When Jace came down, him and his family came down last week, we took the truck up the road from my house. Now, mind you, I live in like the suburbs. Like we're on top of each other. We only drove up the road maybe an eighth of a mile and just pulled off on the side of the road in the grass.
Can we talk about that real quick? Because when we were pulling out, dude, I didn't know that Georgia had it like this. Okay, but Georgia's got Stadies and like brand new 2026 Mustangs. All
Yeah, those are
right.
pursuit vehicles. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I was pulling out in Rob's Civic, no license, no nothing. I'm pulling out, and what does that Stady do? Whips it right back around to go follow us, and I'm like, oh, dude, here we go.
Yeah, and I'm driving the
Add to the
Tahoe with no
trauma.
license plate, no license on me, no registration. The truck don't have insurance. Like we didn't have anything legal to be out there doing that.
Put it this way, everything about this has been traumatic and very trauma based. So
Yeah, and that's ironic enough. That's been the name of the build since the beginning is trauma. But so, anyways, we get there to go to test, and this is the first time I've tested it, like outside my neighborhood, just turning it on a little bit. I gain matched all the amps at 135 volts. There's 3 10Ks in there. We turned it up. I turned it up to full tilt. Jace came over and was like, "Is that all it's got?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm giving it everything." And Jace made the comment. I don't know if you remember this or not. He said, "Dude, we don't even got to worry about the cops getting called. Like it ain't loud enough for the cops to get called." And I was like, "Oh my God." And we messed around and played with it for a bit and kept an eye on the subs. First thing we noticed was the back amp and the back acrylic window rattling and shaking. Then we did a slow motion video and started looking at the subs, started noticing subs moving. About, I don't know, 10 minutes into it, we've been playing music on and off for 30 seconds at a time. Jace told me to turn it down because he noticed that some of the subs were smoking. Now, this is my theory, and this I've talked to a lot of people about it. We weren't clipping initially. Now, don't get me wrong. We did end up starting to clip because I was trying to see would it be any louder at all if we started clipping some. But while it was smoking, we weren't clipping, and The only thing I can think of is there's so many air leaks in the sealed chamber that those subs are basically free airing on max, like turn full tilt free airing. So those coils are getting hot as shit really fast. That's my only like idea for why it would do that. Um, and then also if you stood at the back of the truck where the I'm talking about Sundown Team 10Ks by the way, not Ruthless, but when you stood at the back of the vehicle and you're facing the amp and the battery bank, you could feel air coming out of the back of the enclosure. Like you physically feel like air hitting you. So it was definitely losing some like wind and air somewhere. And as I tore that back wall out, that's when I started discovering like the gaps, the things that were wrong that would cause it to leak. And it's just,
Dude, it sucks. Just put it that way. It blows.
Ugh.
the acrylic cracking was my like main reason for worrying. Like I was worried the acrylic would crack under the pressure and the weight. But now that we've gotten this far into it, that has not been my concern. My concern has been air leaks. Like it's just
Hey, I'm just
there's
gonna
so
throw this out
much.
here, dude. I'm just gonna throw this out here, but Paul's got a point. Your
No, you're
subs
right,
ain't
Paul.
nearly as
They
much as
definitely weren't
Paul's in
dancing
12s.
anywhere near as much as your 12s. You definitely your subs were way more unsecured than mine.
So,
And the Wilsons,
Rob,
that comment about 135 VAC is clipping for Ruthless 10Ks. Dude, I don't know what you're charging at, but when I ran Ruthless 10Ks, I clipped right around 125 volts with mine, charging at 16 volts.
what are
You're
you
getting some
what are
good
you
power out of those.
clipping right now out of your 10Ks? You got your teams.
That's what I'm saying. I'm only getting right around 135 before I start to soft clip. Now the JP 9300s that's in Genie's build, they clip around 145 volts.
Are kind of hard to really heat up unless just unloading. Yep, dude. Exactly. Exactly. Dude, Rob, how long did it take? Hey, Rob, how long did it take for you to smoke one of my nightshades, beating the ever living piss out of it?
Ah, that's funny. I've never blown any of my own equipment. I've only blown other people's equipment when I use their stuff. And supposedly I blew some of Jace's nightshades at Liberty Base Showdown last year.
Supposedly.
It can't be confirmed or denied whether I blew it or it was already blown when you handed me the bass knob. You told me like 52 volume was clean. That's the
And you
loudest I
want me
played.
to sit here and listen to this story of yours? You got to be kidding me, dog. Whatever, bro. Okay, so Rob, I want to bring this back because we got 50 people watching right now, and if you guys are watching, hit that share button. We get 100 viewers. I'm going to give something away. We'll do something fun here for everyone. I just got a Sundown audio restock order that came in, so maybe we can try to do something with that, or we could give something else away if we don't hit that threshold. But you guys share this and tag some people in here. We get to 100. I'll do something wild. With that being said, though, Rob, I want this to be an informative podcast. We're actually at the Dr. Phil show, so this is really good for everybody to talk here. And I think it's really good that as a society here, we all work together and learn from one another. So my question is what did you learn from this moment? What are we going to do differently moving forward?
I learned a lot, dude. The main thing is, and I knew this all along, and I should have listened to myself about it, was not mixing business with friendships.
Well, let me just interject right there, bud. Too late on that one. We've done a lot of business together, and I don't like the sounds of this, but continue.
It sucks, dude, because like someone that you're really tight with, you lose that relationship, and then on top of that, you lose the money, the time, all of it sucks, every bit of it. I don't know what sucks worse. But right now, for me, financially, it fucking sucks really bad. Other things I've learned from this: be careful who you trust. Damn, it's hard, dude. Like, oh, here comes my wife with some comfort food to make me feel a little better. Thank you.
See, and that's why
Pause.
we need a good
We
woman
have
in your
Dairy
life.
Queen. Thank you. But what's that? Get prices up front, my wife said. Because all throughout this process, it was said, like, I would ask multiple times, where are we at? What do I owe you? Where's the end of this freaking road at? And the whole time, I just kept being told, I got you. I'm going to work with you. I'll do this for free if I have to make sure that you go this route because I really want to do this because it's going to put my business on the map too. This build is going to be like one, like of a kind. It's going to stand out. So I was reassured so many times that the person had me, so I trusted it. And this fucking sucks, dude.
Dude,
It's had like
you
since I
put-
got the build back, I think it was not this past weekend, but the weekend before last is when I went and got it. Which, funny enough, it was pouring down rain when I got there, so I didn't have a chance to really look into it deeply when we were there. And then when I got home, it was still pouring down rain, so we didn't look at it that day. We waited till the very next day to go out and take a look, and I was just stomaching knots the whole time we were walking around it.
Hey, I want you to look at Brian's comment. This bothers me. Okay. When I asked for prices, I was now great. Two different situations. I want to preference that, by the way. This is irrelevant to Rob's situation. It's just a statement. When I was asked for prices, I was told it takes what it takes. If I have a customer come to me with my business and says, I don't have a budget, those are my favorite customers. From my perspective, they're not going to nickel and dime me, and they're not going to say, oh, hey, I want ZV7s and I want 3 Team 10Ks and da-da-da-da-da. But, hey, I want to run a Walmart battery for my battery bank. Like, because I know what's going to happen. They're going to call me in a month, and their crap's going to be blown, and it's going to be a bad day, right? So my favorite customers are the ones who say, I don't have a budget. Like, just take care of me. And then from my perspective, I need to make sure I provide you the right equipment to make sure you're taken care of. So, Brian, I'm sorry about that one. That blows. That is awful. Yeah, I'm reading the comments right now, Rob. You get a chance to catch up on them.
I've been negative this whole time. I do want to highlight something I'm really excited about. Throughout this whole thing, since I made the post, I've had a ton of people that I don't even know reach out to me and offer to help, offering advice, just genuinely just good people, it seems like. And on top of that, I've really seen like who my real friends are, who I should stay tight with, who's got my back, who's looking out for my best interests, that kind of stuff. Blaine being one of them. There he is, the man himself.
Yo,
But
Blainster.
I've had a lot of people reach out and say they'd be willing to help. Some say it for free, but I've already chosen the route I'm going and the path I'm taking. And I hope he's still in here right now. I'm going to have Be More Loud, Brandon Moore, help pick up the slack and get me right.
So somebody just came in here and said, did they offer to make it right? I'm going to chime in on this one for you.
Yep.
So, yeah, there was definitely – there's a whole thread on this. You can definitely go read about it on the Facebook post.
Yeah, guys, I can't hear anything.
Oh, are you back now? You good? Everybody good?
Can you hear Vince?
I don't think Vince can hear us.
I don't think you can hear us. Anyways, there was definitely attempts made to make it right. Well, I say attempts. But like we've all talked about, at some point, you're going to have to look back and say, hey, this isn't I'm going to fix this build. I'm not going to patch it up. It's you need to start over in a way. You know what I mean? Or maybe not 100% start over, but you're 80% starting over. You know what I mean? And at that point, there's just no need to go back to that. And from two perspectives, right? The guy who does the initial build cannot financially afford to do that because it's going to take too much of their own time. You know what I mean? So in that regard, you're going to say, hey, I'm going to need more money. And if that's the case, Rob's not going to want to pay that. He's already not feeling too hot about it. I mean, there's just so many different ways to look at that. So definitely was offered, but I don't think that's going to come up, if that makes sense.
So I want to answer the question. Somebody just said, did you get a quote from Brandon Moore? So I know I said don't mix friendships with business, but let me give you a little background on why I'm going this route. So Brandon Moore is a friend. He used to be a teammate on TCP. In the time that my build has been at my builders, I've seen Brandon Moore turn out probably 3 to 7 builds that are badass quality builds in that same amount of time. Every build I've ever gotten in that's a Be More Loud build has been impressive. most notably I think it's Chris Wigington's fourth order C-pillar Tahoe, one of my favorite builds ever. Brandon Moore's Trailblazer, my top 2 favorite builds next to Paul Holden's. Funny enough, all these builds I'm talking about are all fourth orders too, by the way. And mine's a fourth order. That's another reason
Somebody's got a favorite.
Brandon Moore, because Brandon, he knows his jam when it comes to fourth orders. I went over all the information with Brandon regarding like the status of the build and the status it's in now, and what he's like getting his hands on. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it from me and says, you know what, Rob, it's going to suck, but we might have to just redo the shell completely and do it stronger. From the get-go, since day one, there's been 3 priorities with this build. My priorities were strong, loud, pretty, in that order. Now, obviously, I got convinced to go a different route throughout it, but I'm letting Brandon have artistic freedom with it, because, like I said, I haven't seen anything that he's done that hasn't blown my mind yet. So that's the route I'm taking. I've had a lot of teammates say, "Why don't you keep it within the team? Let people within TCP work on it for you." I've said for a long time, and Jace can quote me on this, and my wife too, I want to be more loud build. So that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, you've been saying that forever, dude. When I sat and hit in the I don't remember what it was. I was at the Suburban. I can't remember the vehicle. It's what vehicle is that now? It's a C-pillar, but what vehicle is it? It's a it's not a Tahoe, is it?
Yeah, you're talking about Chris's.
Is it a Tahoe?
It's a Tahoe, yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was a Tahoe or a Suburban. Anyways, that C-pillar is stupid. I mean, stupid loud.
It does 63s.
Yeah.
From
That's
the
what I
C-pillar,
want in my
with
life.
full interior.
Look wild.
Do what you want to do. No, not what others want you to do. Yeah, I told Roberto that.
And that's
And
something
as-
I'm working on, because I am influenceable pretty. I listen to other people's opinions a little bit too much and let it influence my ideas.
It's really easy to get Rob drunk, is what he's trying to say. Okay, so if you want to take advantage of him, it's not that
Dude,
hard.
it took one conversation with Jason. I ordered 12 Mavericks for Genie's build after I
Yeah,
only had the
it didn't take
ZD6s in there
much.
for like 3 months.
It didn't take. I just dangled a carrot right in front of his face, and he went for it.
Yep.
The Trailblazer I got from Cole that Brandon built was a work of art and super efficient. Yep. Brandon does great work. There's a lot of guys that are doing great work, but and I just want to comment on this one because I know Rob is publicly going through some unfortunate shit, and it sucks. I will tell you though, I've seen a lot of guys getting roughed around the edges with their builds, and I'm not going to go into names and stuff like that. And we're trying not to name drop right now. We're trying to be as professional as we can, but there are some guys who have went to some high caliber names, or maybe not high caliber in today's standards, but like 3 years ago, where it was like top of the game, and having issues with them now, and it's awful, dude. And it's awful. And I know that they got more money wrapped into their bills than even you do, Rob. And it's like, what? I don't know. I don't get it. Personally, I don't. I figure if somebody brings you wads of cash and says, hey, build me something awesome, those people probably got wads of cash to bring you another build if you do a good job.
Yeah, and I want to point this out too. There was a video response made on my post about, the first thing was that I cheaped out on going with Birchwood. That should have been a sign not to work with me, because I was already like cheaping out. I spent thousands on acrylic. I have more than $6,000 on batteries alone. I got almost $5,000 in amps. I've got like $10,000 in subs. Why would I cheap out on the couple sheets of wood that it took to do the shell? Like, it doesn't even make sense.
It
I'm
really
just-
doesn't.
At this point, I'm just like, if you make a claim, back it up. Show proof of it. Like, make me look stupid. If I'm lying, make me look like the liar that I am. You know what I mean? But so far, there's been none of that. So, whatever.
Yeah, I think transparency's got to be a big part in this.
For sure.
You know what the biggest trauma of all of this, no pun intended there, is you disrespecting Trixie the way you have. That's been the biggest sin of all. On a perfectly good working build, no issues at all, cracked off your loudest score to date, and you had the balls to rip that battery bank out for what?
Couldn't believe it.
because Trixie is getting a better battery bank, and we're gonna hope to
Did it
hold
have a
voltage better.
voltage issue before, I might add?
Absolutely did. It
Dude.
absolutely had a voltage issue.
Parked right beside me at Steve Sorrentino's show, and I never saw an issue with it. So
You weren't demoing it. I don't like seeing a full volt swing during demos.
oh my
I
gosh,
like to see
dude.
2 to maybe a half a volt at most. It's like
Dude.
0.2 to a half a volt.
See, I
of
feel
swing.
you on it though. I'll agree.
Mine's strong electrical, dude.
Nah, dude. Read the manual. That manual says 11.1 volts.
All right, listen, you will never hear somebody complain because their electrical's too strong.
True, but we yanked apart a perfectly good build for what?
For one, the
Dude,
batteries that were in it
dude
are
shows
going
up.
into my build, and that was
Dude.
planned 2 years ago.
Brandon says Rob don't want no drop. Listen, the demo I got of his new build, I would agree with that. He don't want no drop, like no bass drop, like at all. There was none.
Mhm.
I dropped from 16 to 4.14.9. Thank you. It's normal. You're good, dog. I'm going to stand up for Genie on this one, dude. You've deprived you. You show up to Liberty Base Showdown without a build. The audacity, dude. I thought we
Dude,
were
I
friends.
went broke this year spending money on this build that I've had being worked on.
He don't want no smoke. Trixie to 166. Well, if he ever gets it playing again.
So, yeah, her build did a 166 the last show we took it to, and I think it's got a little bit more left in the tank. I think that we can maybe clip a little bit and probably bang out like a 66.3, 66.5 possibly. Plus, if we hold voltage better.
Dude, for all you people who are in the comments right now chirping about voltage drop, get out of here, dude. Like, dude, I'm here to party, okay? If I've got a battery bank that's got 14 volts in it, I'm going to use the whole 14 volts, okay? I'm going to use it when it's got 12 in it. I'm going to use it when it's got 8 in it, okay?
Nah, you by yourself on that one.
It's going to do what I tell it to do.
See,
You know
I'm
what else I'm going to
anal
tell you to do?
about that. Like, I'm checking my voltage before I start the truck up. Like, I'm checking the battery, see where it's sitting at before I even turn the truck on.
Uh-huh.
Clip City, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Clip City. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's how you get loud. Rob just said he was going to clip it a little bit to get loud. That's what I'm doing.
See, Brian
Aw,
agrees with
dude.
me. Loves the strong electrical.
I'll drop about half a volt while demoing.
Good. That's perfect.
Yeah. About as far as I like to go.
Yeah.
I don't have any evidence to support this. This is just my assumption and my claim. I don't want to believe that big board amplifiers like seeing a massive amount of voltage swing. Like more
I'm going to
than
bring
a
up
volt.
Kobe's
that's
comment right
crazy.
here because he says they make protect circuits for a reason. All I'm going to say is this. Y'all just remember, all right? Just remember when you're walking around and you got a smile on your face, you just drove 10 hours to go to a show and you're ready to get a demo, and Rob and Vince and Tyler over here are already charging their builds back up after a demo because that point four got the best of them. And also I want you also to realize this, guys, too. Okay, these guys think 0.4 is a lot. Okay, they think that's a big drop. I'm just saying that speaks volumes. All right.
Dude, with my first Jakar build, I had 600 amp hours of proto bank in that build, and I had 3 Singer 290s in there. The electrical, and Tyler can vouch for this, the electrical in that thing was like something to be admired by everyone. Like, you get a full tilt demo and you look at the voltmeter and it would move 1/10, maybe 2/10 at most at full tilt. And people would just be like, dude, why is your voltage not moving? I was like, brother, I got a massive bank of protos back there. To this day, I haven't had electrical as strong as that one.
Dude, I'm drawing a blank on his name. He's got a full Crossfire build. He's real local to me. He's really good friends with Anthony. I don't know why I'm blanking out on names right now. Anyways, I got a demo from him at Liberty Base Showdown, and he probably gave me a wild demo. Like, I was sitting there full song demo, and I was probably getting a 66, 65. Right there. That's where you need to be operating at. Right there. If you're not, you're a chicken. Okay? That's all I got to say there.
Man, a
That's
few
what I have
words.
to say to you. So, but what I was getting at with that is the Crossfire build was giving me like a 65, 66. And on video, I'm like, man, check this out, dude. Like, it's not dropping like at all. Next thing you know, he comes over and grabs a knob and like gives me a little more sauce. And I'm telling you, it was kissing high. It had to have been kissing like a 69. It may have been a little bit higher than that, but it was up there. And his voltage still didn't drop. Like, it never moved once in this full song demo. And I was just like, that's what's up.
Vince, what chemistry battery are you running?
I'm running a 190 C-Max.
C-Max, okay. So Caden Scion is running C-Max, and they got a lot of C-Max in that build. But I've been standing behind his build while he's demoing for people, and he's been demoing for 10, 15 minutes, and I see that voltage drop to 13.8 in the middle of a demo. Dude, not me. I'm not running C-Max at 13.8 at all.
Absolutely not.
Nah.
Dude, why? Put some hair on your chest.
Nope.
Bro.
That's how you catch things on fire.
Dude, slamming for soldiers, 12-1. And we were still partying.
Dude,
Well,
if you
hey,
look
man,
at state of
you need to
charge, that is a
charge
dead C-Max bank.
Dude, you need to let that thing charge, man. It's getting low. Nah, dude, it's got like 5 left in it.
Crazy.
Listen, you know what, Rob? Who has a build playing and who doesn't?
You don't.
Mine turns on. Mine actually plays.
The
Shots
Patriot
Does
is
the
not running.
vehicle turn on? Does the vehicle turn on? No. Okay. However, I have a playing build. That's all I'm saying.
Your Patriot's been down just about as long as my build's been gone away.
And you know, I go back to the root cause of all these issues.
Rob,
And all
me.
roads lead to Rome. And all roads lead to Rob. Okay? That's the issue here, guys. No, we're trying to get ours done. We're gonna
Yeah,
try.
Jeannie said mine cranks.
Yeah, I
It
think the
does.
last time I saw the
Good.
Patriot was when Rob demoed at Liberty Base. That was the last time I saw that build.
Yeah, dude. Last time I got to enjoy it too. It's
So
crazy.
I should point out, while all this is going on with my build, James Bells gave me a call. And if you don't know James Bells, he has like legitimately 10 full out builds. But he's also one of the nicest people that you'll ever meet and super generous. And I say that because he called and was like, you can take the Showstopper build to Sundown and demo it all day. And if you don't know the Showstopper, it's by the name Showstopper. It's an immaculate build all around. It's an amazing build. And I told him thank you, but no thanks. Because, like I said, I have a history of when I play other people's stuff, things go wrong. The last time I took one of James's builds out was Ruckus 2 years ago, and the very first demo I gave, I blew all his tweeters in his doors. He told me you can turn it up to 30 volume and it's clean. I turned it up 30 volume, first demo, tweeters are gone. Like, when I say gone, I'm talking like the tweeter in the door physically tried to come out the door. And then when I first got into like higher end car audio, a buddy of mine went to Germany. He left me his Tahoe. I took it to the first show. I set his tar amp on fire.
Yeah. Again,
it's
all
never
roads lead
happened.
to Rob.
It's never happened on my personal builds. It's always other people's equipment. I just can't trust people when they tell me what to turn it up to. From now on, you say turn it to 53, I'm staying around 48. I think you wanted me to blow those subs
what
anyways.
The Patriot is. The Patriot is my personal build. It's got 14 Maverick 18s in it. With 14 JP 83s wired at 1 ohm each. But again, it probably will never see the light of day because I can't ever make time to get it done. So it'll get done one of these days, but you know.
So Jessica's in the comments. She said you took it to a base meet and caught an amp on fire too.
Yeah,
That's
it doesn't
true.
surprise me.
That's true. We were one of the first ones to set a Ruthless amp on fire. That wasn't me though. That was Jared who was in the comments earlier talking.
I don't believe you. I just don't believe you anymore.
Multiple witnesses.
I've never met you.
Jared set it on fire.
But I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, dude, don't let it near your build, dog. You'll be down 2 years max. Like, It's going to be all types of bad, dude. Don't do it.
Jace, I'm telling you, you told me what to turn it up to. I'm thinking you wanted me to sabotage your build.
But
You were looking
bro,
forward to
and
swapping
you
out
had
the
to
subs.
play like the dirtiest shit possible.
Nah.
Dude, listen, at the end of the day, dude, I'm about to make a show called Blame Rob, where I just blame all my problems on Rob. Don't let him touch it, dude. He's not allowed to even look at it. When I take it to its first show, I'm gonna have like a little square spray painted into the grass where that is where Rob will stand. Like, you can't come around it, dog. Jeannie's even saying it was Rob. Facts.
Vince, I saw your build at Liberty Base Showdown, and I did not stop and get a demo, and I feel really bad about it because I know I'm looking at your build behind you, and I saw a second ago you have ZV7s, right?
Yes.
Now, I'm waiting to hear a ZV7 build that I really can appreciate because for some reason, like we were talking about Chris Wigginson's fourth order C pillar earlier, he took ZV6s out of it and put ZV7s in, and he lost a little bit on the meter. I'm assuming going to a heavier coil probably did that to him, but he ended up swapping back to ZV6s and gained again. Are you impressed with the ZV7s?
I have so far, yes. I have not metered since I've switched, but I can definitely tell that they're doing a lot more damage than the sixes were just by the stuff that's starting to come apart on the Tahoe. I'm impressed. I mean,
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
What power are you running to them?
I've got 2 Crossfire 16Ks, so 4 per, and they're wired at 1 ohm.
I haven't seen anybody run Crossfire 16Ks in a while. There's like surfboards.
They're huge.
Yeah. It's like the Crescendo 16Ks, massive amps.
This is the third year running them, so I can't.
Listen,
What's that?
I was reading the comments there, and somebody else put in there that she's really a big, or I think it's a she, that they really like the ZV6s, but they're just waiting to see the results on the ZV7s.
Yeah, Jessica's in the comments right now. She's the one talking about that. She's local to me, and she has a Explorer, a newer Explorer, and I've seen it over the years slowly, like not slowly, it's progressed fast actually. But she's on Team Sundown too, and she's running. I want to say she has a Salt 8 per ZV6 12.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and every time I've gotten a demo, it is super impressive, and it's also behind. I want to say it's behind the C pillar too. It's just a sub up, port back build.
Yeah,
Very impressive for what it is.
because all the amps are in the second row. That's where everything's at.
I'm just trying to get caught up on the comments here because, dude, you guys have been flooding the comments in this video. Make sure I'm not missing nothing.
Oh, Ford ZV612. Sorry, with a Salt 6 per sub at half ohm,
Also, okay.
doing 157s on 412s.
Yeah, in a box.
Yeah, that's gangster. That's loud.
Yeah, her
And, like,
stuff
her
loud.
build, she's able to drive it to shows comfortably, and you know what I mean, drive back home. Like, there's something to be said about that because it's nice towing the build to the show, but it does get old.
Nah, dude. I'll never drive a build. Dude, I'm just flying. When I have somebody else haul my shit, dude. 17 hours one way was rough. Dude, we literally left at 3 o'clock in the morning and didn't get back home until like 9:30 last night.
Yeah, I was afraid you were going to say no podcast tonight because you were going to be catching up on sleep or something.
Catching up on work, dog. Listen, it'd been rough. Like, I'm grateful for it, but there's so much crap happening behind the scenes, just adding things and making changes and and I'm grateful, but a vacation does not help with any of it. Just straight up, it is
Kevin in the
not
comments
helping it at all.
Asking if Vince from Northern Ohio.
The
he said
Sundown
he's
order
from the
came today as
Toledo
well.
area.
I wasn't expecting that. Yeah,
Is
he's
he lagging
3
a little
hours north of us, just like on the Michigan border.
Yeah, right outside of Toledo and Northwood.
Saying there's a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, it's lagging for me.
She's doing it.
Melissa Hall says
Oh.
towing sucks. Let me just tell y'all, if I hadn't
Are we
already
good now?
said it, yeah. Melissa Hall happened to be behind me earlier this year while I was towing Jeannie's build, and we had a blowout. And Melissa and what is the guy's name? He's the one that had the old silver build
Don't remember.
before
Yep.
Melissa got it. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. What?
Who is it that had the old silver build before Melissa? John Ray. John Ray and Melissa saw me had the blowout. They pulled over on the side of the road
John
in
Ray
the rain,
McDonald.
and they
I
helped
gotta
save the day.
I got to switch spots. I got to go plug my phone in.
So not only did we do a
Okay.
166 on Melissa's meter that weekend, but she also pulled over and helped us change a tire, change a tire in the pouring down rain. It was freaking awesome.
You know what I'm going to say is awesome?
What's up, bud?
Paying thousands of dollars for a build and just getting it done.
Shut up.
Just saying. I'd rather
That is
tow than ride. Do facts.
If you ask Jeannie, she'll say the same. I mean, it is comfortable towing because you got AC, you got all the room in the truck, but man, it's a lot of diesel. God, diesel's $5 a gallon here in Georgia again.
Dude,
Hey.
if I can drive it, I don't fucking want. All right.
Says the guy who
Okay.
hasn't driven. Says the guy who hasn't driven his build to a show in years.
I drove it up to a show freaking 2 weeks ago.
A local show. You haven't left your state to go to a
It
show
was
in years.
it was like an hour and a half away, dude.
Bro, this guy's delusional.
No,
Dude, you know the last time I saw Tyler was like a year ago?
dude.
Vince, what's the furthest you usually travel to shows?
Around 4 hours, I'd say.
4 hours. What show is that?
Sounds awesome.
Well, we went down to Slamology. That was about 3.5 hours. Jace's show was about 3.5 hours. We drove before we were towing. We drove the Tahoe to Slamology in 2024, and that was an uncomfortable ride, man.
Yeah,
it was.
I wouldn't. If you're not already planning to, I would encourage you to try to make it to Ruckus in November, North Carolina. I know it's a heavy haul, but dude, the weather's usually pretty good during that time of year in that part of the country, and the show itself has been around for like 12 or 15 years, so it's one of the bigger shows on the East Coast.
It's my favorite one of the year. Love
Yeah,
Ruckus.
it's top 3 for me for sure.
Okay. Yeah, North Carolina, that's because I know the Sundown show is about 11 and a half hours from my house.
Yeah,
So,
but I'll tell you from experience, Sundown show, if you haven't been, dude, it is hot. Like I've been to Scraping the Coast, I've been to Maida Steel down in Florida. Sundown is hot because you're like in the middle of the track, and I think of it as like a bowl, and everyone's builds are all close together, hot. Like it's just freaking hot. I can't
No
stress that
shade
enough.
nowhere.
Yeah, no shade.
No.
God, it sucks. But I love the show. It's just I wish it was a 2-day show for sure for having to travel that far.
yeah, I really want to go being put on the team now, but it's just that one-day show is a killer.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't stand it. Listen, I love Sundown. I sell Sundown, run Sundown. One day show blows.
Yeah, especially for a big show.
And I'm saying that because I like the damn show. I love the show. I'm willing to drive 10 hours for the one day show, but just do me a favor. Make it a 2-day show. Make everybody happy.
Yeah, what Kevin Bell's saying is true. They have another show this year right on Sunday after the Sundown show, literally like a mile and a half from the venue that the Sundown show's at. So if you're sticking it out in the area, you can hit up the other show the very next day.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was talking to him at Liberty Base about that.
Dude, look at this. Look at this long bearded, beautiful, majestic creature in the top right hand corner. Look at this guy.
Oh,
We
he's
lost him. Just
Oh,
like
we
that.
lost
We lost him. Just
He
like
didn't,
myth.
he didn't like the word majestic.
Not.
So TCP has actually got a really nice Airbnb this year for the Sundown show, like on one of the lakes that are nearby. And Jace, you're coming, right, to spectate? I'm
I
going
might
to
bring you on
spectate.
board. I might bring the Envoy.
Dude, honestly, if it helps you, I'm all about trying to help you. I could bring my trailer. You could bring the Envoy. I could get the Envoy from you and get it to James on my way back through.
That's what's up.
I know you're talking about trying to get the Envoy back to James at some point. That just kind of makes more sense.
James just might let me keep the Envoy. I'm gonna have to have a long conversation with him about it. I'm gonna need that Envoy because my build's never gonna be done. So I'm gonna have to have like a loaner program for James. Like James, bring a build and we'll swap it out. Let's do a trade-in program with James. Okay, listen. I don't want to talk about it publicly. Actually, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up. It's something I had a thought when I was on vacation. I was sitting in Disney. The mouse was in the middle of bending me over, and I just had this thought about something I wanted to do in the audio industry. I think I'm going to try to do it, but I'm not going to speak on it yet. I think we need to grow a little bit more before I try to do something that I want to do, but I think it'd be cool. Mal, I'm changing subjects. Hell yeah, just buy something already built like Jace.
Dude, you can't really even. Honestly, at this point, the amount of work you've done to the Patriot overhauling it, dude. I mean, aside from the enclosure itself, everything else has been redone. Like you did the whole box on top of it.
Yeah.
Redone the
Let's talk
entire back
about this. Let's talk about this. I'll talk about this. Y'all should have seen the Patriot when I got it. Okay. When I got it, it didn't even run. Hindsight 2020 still doesn't run. But when it went onto the trailer, it was me sitting under a hood with a spray bottle of gas, pouring it into the thing just to get it to run onto the trailer. We pulled out so much CCA wire, it would have made you lose your mind. Okay.
Kevin, it's funny you say that because I think Jace is going that route.
Dude, we are really trying. So I'm giving it one last hurrah of trying to get it to run the way it is. Because this winter, I plan on pulling the motor and the trans out and getting it to where it is reliable. But I want to do it over the winter.
And he's gone. Yeah, Jace, what he's saying is he wants to do it over the winter. I tried to convince Jace to do an LS swap in the Patriot. He ain't about that life. He ain't looking to do that. So I think he's trying to do like allow Grandpa carry stall and go carbureted just to where it's less electronics working it.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know what I did. Anyways,
I kind of covered down on what you were talking about. I said I tried to convince you to go LS swap.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna. I just want to make a carbureted and be simple. I just don't want to rush it. I just don't want to rush it. Every time I do something with this damn build, it's rushed because dude. Me and Rob had this conversation earlier, and I was gonna make a post about it. I don't think people understand the amount of shit going on like on a daily basis. We're not the biggest company in the world. But when it's like a one-man band kind of trying to play the entire orchestra, it's hard to get things done. It really is. It's hard to reply back to people. It's hard to get things updated on the website. Vince and me, I got to have a conversation with Vince because he caught a bug on my website earlier, sent me a message about it that I didn't even know about. Hey, you get all these things running. That you're managing a build, you're doing a show, you're helping your buddies out on your team with projects and blah, 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 blah. And I did at some point it just becomes so my objective is like this winter I do want to try to take some time out of my days to just clean it up, dude, and just do it the right way and just make it really simple. That way if I do have to work it on in the future, like it's something I can manage. You know what I mean? Like
hey, I see they're talking in the chat about like just buying a build that's already playing, and I just want to give somebody a shout out. There's a guy named Ashley Beck who has a Sundown build that's for sale right now.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And I just want to point it out because it is a steal for anybody looking to buy a playing build. This dude is asking $16K. He may have already taken the post down now. For a full Sundown build. It's got like, I want to say, it's all ZV7s, right? Like 6 ZV7s, 6 Salt 8s.
Yep.
Dude, this is an incredible build. I don't see his post anymore, so he may have taken it down already, but he was
Did James buy it?
James was asking about it. He was asking all the specifics of it. And
Brandon
dude,
just
I'm
said
telling
it's
you.
sold, so I'm about to ask him if it's sold or if he bought it or not.
Okay.
Does anybody know why he's selling that?
I don't know if he's moving on to another build or if he's getting out of audio. I don't know his situation. He's on Be More Loud with Brandon, so he might be able to let us in a little bit on it.
I seen that pop up, and I was like 16,000 loaded. That's insane.
That is
Dude,
a
I did quick
crackhead
math on
price.
just the subs and the amps alone. I was like, bro, like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
just, and it's a clean Suburban on wheel. Like, it looks good, man. He wants to do a new build. Okay.
Fair enough.
I respect that.
I mean, I get
Hey,
it.
does
I've never been one to
Rob,
settle
do you
with a
have a
build for
picture of
too
the
long.
Envoy by chance?
The Envoy? What kind of picture do you want? Of the enclosure, of the truck itself, or what?
Just like an action shot of it or something like that. The boys from Canada are one.
One memento. I'm pretty sure I got one on my Facebook.
I don't have one. Hey, let's talk about flock cameras right now. How's everybody feeling about those?
I hear you shouldn't point green lasers at them.
Ooh. Yeah?
Yeah. I hear there's a lot of RAM in those too. For you computer guys, need some free RAM.
I work for the federal government, so I don't want to have an opinion on it.
What a puss.
Dude, yeah, what a dude. Our forefathers would be pissed at you. Oh, dude, this guy's back. See what he's got to say here. Look at this guy.
Who knows?
Just bebopping around, big dog.
But can you hear me? That's the question.
I can hear you. You sound sexy.
Fantastic.
Dude, I want to ask you a question, Drew.
I have an answer. It may not be a good one, but I have it.
Oh, I want to know your answer. How long should a build take to finish out? Like,
That's a loaded
Like
question.
you talk about a big one.
big, yeah. Let's just say 166 dB build. That looks good. That's like show car worthy.
Man, so we were just talking about this, obviously, because of recent posts and stuff. But I think one of the biggest problems in guessing that is how long it takes to work out all the kinks and then put it back together. Because no matter how hard you try, I mean, you take out something like any of our builds, it's gonna break day one. Something's gonna happen, and then you got to work on it. And you got to have the care to work on it and keep it pretty. That's why I think a lot of these people who build for other people, they do really pretty elaborate work. You'll often see them not test it a ton before they give it back. Or you see guys like Bobby, they keep vehicles for a very, very long time, but they work out all those kinks and they keep it really pretty looking. But it takes a long time.
Yeah. So 2 years, too long, too short?
I mean,
I think that's a loaded
it
question.
sounds like
Jace,
it's too long,
because
but that sounds almost reasonable to
Hard
keep
question
a
to
mid
answer.
160 vehicle pretty and hand it over turnkey, ready to go.
What if it was handed over after 2 years and it wasn't pretty?
That's
I see a
tough.
comment. Somebody said, "Ask your car." Oh, that's funny.
Ouch. Brian, get
And not
Brian.
pretty. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Like, it's got a ton of issues.
So that happened actually to a buddy of mine out of the Mobile area, not Mobile, Birmingham. Someone had it for a couple years. He got it back, not playing, mind you. He just picked up a wall vehicle basically, and what he picked up wasn't good. But he's not the type to make a post. No one will ever hear about that publicly for the most part.
Yeah,
He's just going to fix it and move on. But
Dude, I won't lie to you. When I made the post about mine, I fought with it, and I waited days before I made the post because everybody kept telling me don't act out of emotion. And I even told the person that I wasn't going to drag them on Facebook at one point. I was like, out of respect for your family, I don't want them to see it. So I didn't tag him because I didn't want his family to see it. But dude,
Man, it's
the
hard
more
not
I
to. I
found-
mean, and no
yeah.
one. I
I
couldn't
felt
blame you.
like
Not even.
I
little.
wasn't getting anything back from this hardship. So I was like, well, I'm gonna at least make a post to where it can be known to where other people won't find themselves in the same predicament as me with this person. Because all you see is
Yeah, I
the
mean,
pretty
that's-
pictures and the pretty angles, and you're like, oh, it's a great build, but you don't know all the other stuff along the way.
I've mentioned that a few times over the years. It's like, as I've pulled apart Price's Tahoe more than once to reveal some just craziness behind the scenes, things that you wouldn't expect, that type of money to have behind it.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites was so he had a $3,000 DSP they'd put in there, and he has all those tins in the doors. They ran one RCA out the DSP, cut it, and then soldered 9 other RCAs ends onto it, and then ran
That's
those to them.
gangster.
Right.
Dude, that's some gangster shit right there. Hell yeah.
We called it the signal mask.
Dude,
Yeah.
was there ever a picture of it? Like
Was.
just a picture of
There-
the connection?
Absolutely.
Can I personally receive that picture? I want to look at that
You
artwork.
can.
I want
Actually, I
that.
should have a whole Google Drive folder of it.
That's wild.
Jace, I don't have a picture of the envoy for
What
you.
year
I thought
was
I did.
that?
Dude. Hey Rob, you could have been in that boat. You could have had your RCA wire soldered.
Connected to a $3,000 DSP or $4,000, however much was it?
That's insane. Do people not care? Is that like just nobody care?
So,
Apparently.
like taking that build apart was one of the eye opening, because like, man, I know he doesn't really put a budget on this truck. It's like, if you do it right, he'll pay for it. And people just seem to want to just, I don't know. It couldn't be faster to do that. I don't know.
Typically I would have said throw a cock box in there.
Yep. So that's
You
what
know
I
what
ended
I'm
up
saying?
doing, because this is the time where I did all the rewiring when he still had that weird shaped Russian wall in it. And we just did 2 Scott Bowman boxes on the back wall and a pair of DSPs, and it, boom, was way better.
Dude, that build has been through some like changes over the years. Like just even thinking
Yep.
like when I first got back into car audio, like I just got back from Okinawa, and I remember watching his YouTube videos back when he had I think it was Jakar that had done the work on it at that time, like in the early 2000 teens, something like that.
I'm not sure if they ever did.
'Cause I know he posted
Mike
videos with
Smiley did a
Daniel
wall.
doing some work.
No,
on it.
yeah,
And then-
Jakar did work on it. Yeah, there's a picture of him.
Probably
with
so.
there's a picture I remember. It was very early on, though. Very early
It
on.
didn't last long.
Seems like
he
everyone
didn't
did.
He didn't have their enclosure in there very long at all.
Yeah. Whenever James Taylor did the interior, it was super nice. There was just a lot of stuff that wasn't super big base head approved, like the DSP and all the sensitive electronics inside the console in front of the wall. Like, that thing's about to get its ass beat. Now it's got that all steel interior.
He seems like he's having good success. I don't think he had any casualties at Liberty Bay Showdown. I think it performed well for him.
That's good.
Which I
And
will
it got to
say,
the point where it was so unreliable. I'm like, man, like I'll fix it, but we're gonna gut it this time. All the wiring's got to come out, because there's no reason that the wagon or stuff I built under a carport should be more reliable.
Mike says, Jace, you are so cutthroat. I don't know what you mean, dog. I'm just Dr. Phil here in my office of therapy talking to my clients. We're having a good session here.
I think what year it was I worked on that.
No, I want to see the picture of the 9 RCA split. That's diabolical.
That's what I'm looking for.
I really want to see that. I mean, that's
But I'm
that's
using my
cool.
hot
can you
spot
put that
for
picture I
internet,
just
so-
sent you up on the screen?
What is it?
Can you put that picture I just sent you up on the screen?
I could if I was smart.
Okay. Anyways, I just sent a photo to Jace of my Tahoe the first week I got it from the previous owner, who was also an installer. He does install work for a living, and
Oh, you can't see it.
can't see it.
Dude, look at this
But,
office
dude,
background,
the
dude.
rat's nest that I pulled out from behind the head unit. Oh my god! Like it was basically one of those situations where you know what, just full restart, just redo it all.
Mike says, "Bro, you know what I mean? Straight to the riffraff." Nah, dude, straight to the Dr. Phil show, my friend. Or we are gonna catch me outside. How about that? Listen,
We have a local guy here in Middle Georgia that he's actually the guy that got me in the audio like back in 2005, 2006, and he's been working at my cousin's shop since like the late 90s. And I recommend him to everybody in this area because he does show quality. Sorry, excuse me. He does show quality work that you would think came OEM with the vehicle. Like
That's what I
this
like.
guy just does freaking amazing work, and he's super attention to detail oriented. Like his actual company name now here in Georgia is I think OCD Car Audio, because this man has some serious OCD. Like you spend the money with him, you get something nice. We need more of that.
Right.
Exactly.
preach. Well, listen, guys, it's been an hour and 15 minutes. Drew, I'm sorry you popped on here late, but we were having another
I was
podcast.
thinking 7 my time.
Yeah,
for
you
some
freaking
reason.
Midwesterners, dude. I tell you what, real problem. Okay.
Hey,
But
before we
anyways-
go, Jace, I got to ask Vince this question. Vince, you being from Ohio, would you try to push somebody to move to Ohio and live there?
Never.
Thank you.
Listen, Toledo, that's
Thank
not
you.
fair. That's not fair.
We actually have a plan. In 2 years, we're trying to move down to Florida. So
Hey, what part?
it's called Plant City, like
Okay.
right by Tampa.
Yeah, I know where that's at. Nice.
Oh, you're gonna be right up the road from Made of Steel.
See, that's the whole reason.
I'm just going to interrupt you here, okay? I left Florida. I left that hellhole, okay? 98 degrees, hotter than Satan's asshole. I get up to Ohio, and it's a nice 75 degrees today. Very beautiful day today. Very nice. So much, in fact,
That's
I
rude.
almost busted out the hoodie. It was that chilly out.
It's really rude.
Just saying.
98 nice.
Let me tell you, my wife and I were going up to hang out with Jace one weekend, and we were driving through, I think, Cleveland
No,
or
Cincinnati.
Columbus. One of those
Cincinnati.
two.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. We saw two homeless people under an overpass, and I swear to God, it looked like one of them was trying to inject a needle in the other one's arm. Like it looked like they were helping each other inject a needle. And
Probably.
Kelly saw it and pointed it out, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't."
First off, I'm going to say two things here. Toledo and Cincinnati, two peas in a pod. Number two, Cincinnati is Kentucky. It might as well be in Kentucky. That's not Ohio. You judge Ohio based off of Columbus, Cleveland. And that's it. All right?
Yeah, don't
Thank
judge
you,
it off
Jason.
Toledo.
Yeah, what John Ray said. What's it like in January?
Well, if you let your car warm up and continue the global warming effect, 40 degrees.
I'm good being down here in the southeast.
Dude, you just like Atlanta.
40 if you're lucky.
You have lake effect. Again, I don't associate Toledo with Ohio, okay? You might as well be Michigan,
Check
dog.
your,
Okay.
DM, Jace.
Oh, well, I want to see this. Hold on.
You're more than welcome to put that up if you want.
Oh
And
my gosh, bro. Can I just make a post about this on Facebook and say this is diabolical?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I just dude, that's so who did this? Or are we gonna keep that low key?
The Russians.
That's some
The
Russian shit,
people,
dog.
I don't know who exactly. I just know that Russians did it,
Mm.
and it was like
Maybe I haven't
Not
been paying
cheap.
attention, but that was the last build I ever saw on Facebook floating around that they did. I never saw anything after that floating around.
yeah. That's it's weird how that happens.
Huh.
Happened
Rob,
with Tommy
I just-
too.
Rob, I sent you the picture. You gotta look at it.
Yeah, they ruin themselves.
They're like these really big builds. Like I get it. It's hard to quote right. It's hard to charge for it, but
What?
Bro, I can't get over this picture. Y'all, I'm going to post this picture.
Yeah, I
This is
can't
some
wait to see it.
This is crazy work. I mean,
It was hot.
that's insane. I give them an A for effort, though. That's a lot of work right there. I mean, they had to plug the soldering iron for this, dude. That took some effort.
Dude, it
I
was
can't tell from that
something.
picture if they used the soldering iron. It looks like they just wrapped it all together
Oh,
with
no,
electrical tape.
very end.
Oh
You
yeah,
can
I see
a
the
little
bottom
tip of
right picture.
solder.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
hit just the tip.
yeah. Just a
Just
tip.
the tip.
Yeah.
Oh, your OCD will get tripped very bad. Sit down before you do this. That's bad. But guys, listen, I'm going to end it on that note because I got my little one over here looking at me like she's ready for some movie time. So here's a word of advice. Okay, from my perspective, I'm gonna wrap this up. Business sucks ass. Okay, it does. All right, especially when you're doing it with people you really care about. Do it carefully. Okay, really get to know the people you're doing business with. All right, because it matters. All right, and don't be willing to invest something. How am I going to say this? Don't be willing to invest money that you're going to be upset to lose a relationship with. Does that make sense? Like, like I'll use Rob for an example to wrap this up. Okay, I'm not going to give Rob $100,000. Okay, my reasoning for that is because it's going to take Rob a long period of time to pay that back to me. Okay, and if Rob took it, but I know deep down that Rob probably can't get it done in a meaningful time, that is going to cause conflict. Okay, it's going to. So don't put yourself in unrealistic expectations. That's just my thought on it. And at the end of the day, just everybody love each other. Audio is our hobby. It's our passion. Don't try to make it where it sucks ass for everyone else because this situation does suck ass. I know it's bothering Rob. It's bothering a lot of people. There's a lot of people affected by it. So it sucks. So just try to think about others when you're doing this stuff, not just yourself, but also think about the people you're actually, working with. That goes for all aspects of audio. Vince, I'm really glad you hopped on here and gave us a builder's perspective on some things. We really appreciate that.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, you got to rewatch it. Vince, can you please plug in your business where they can find you at online and in store brick and mortar wise?
Yeah, Northwood, Ohio. We're called Explicit Customs. You can either go to our page. You can find us on Jace's website too. If you go down to the dealer section and answer any question you have.
Awesome, my friend. Rob, Trauma, Trixie.
Yeah, you can just find me on Facebook. It's just Robert Williams, and then my YouTube channel is Traumatic Sounds. Vince, it was really good talking to you, dude. Like I said,
You as well.
I didn't get a demo of your build.
No, I don't know if I have you on Facebook, but I'll add you.
I think I gotta add you too.
Dude, look at this. Look, we're making
Yeah,
friends right
we're
now.
just-
This is beautiful.
Exactly. This is beautiful. This was a beautiful Dr. Phil episode. We're all friends now. Great.
Look at that.
It's all about relationships, my friends. Okay, it's all about building a community with loved ones and having a good time. Okay,
Thanks, Dr.
Drew, where can we find you? Well, hold on, wait a minute. I just realized we got 2 Drews.
Nah, dude, I knocked the beard off, man. I can't imitate him anymore.
Dude, you guys should shave your beards at the same time and then see who can throw their beards back the fastest. Like that would
Lost
be.
me on that one.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, Drew's like, that's not happening.
Would you do it for charity? Me and Rob were just talking about this the other day. We were thinking about doing something for charity. Would you do it for charity?
Maybe.
All right, we'll talk about it then. We'll talk about
Maybe.
it because I think that'd be awesome. I'm gonna get Jonathan to shave his head one of these days too for a good cause. He just doesn't know it yet.
What price? I mean, he's almost there. He's got that super haircut, dude.
We're gonna have to clip that. But Drew, and we'll start with Drew, and then we'll go to Tyler. Drew, where can we find you out on social media, buddy?
Drew Jones or Baseaholic or Havoc Car Audio, based out of Lafayette, Louisiana.
Hell yeah, dude. And Tyler, our
Hi,
chief
me.
TikTok correspondent.
Yeah, you can find me on TikTok, Basehead Mechanic, on Facebook as well, and Kyler Moore.
All
Facebook
right, guys.
and Instagram.
With that being said, we will
That's a
see you
good
guys
name,
next.
Basehead Mechanic. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one.
That is a good one, is it not? It's a good one. That's why he's our chief TikTok correspondent.
There you go.
But guys,
Apparently,
we will
I'm
be
crawler
back
hauler
in-
today, anyway. So if you need anything big moved,
Ooh, I need. To
I
be
went with
moved.
Zach to go look at some stuff in Texas. He was like, "You're gonna need this to look official." I'm like, "Okay."
Say less,
Yeah, that
dude.
makes you look official.
Your headphones make you look really professional.
Oh yeah, down for sounds, bud.
Oh dang!
Oh,
son.
nice.
Plug.
They sound great.
All
I think
right,
they're
shameless
$80 right
plug
now.
there.
They're
Do
cheap.
you want to bust out your affiliate code while you're at it, dude, or?
Nah, code Bangaroo.
But guys, next Wednesday we'll be back to normal schedule. I'll be back. We were on vacation, so we missed. We had to miss yesterday, but we will be back on our Wednesday schedule starting next week. I appreciate the hell out of you guys so much. Don't forget shoplibertybaseshop.com for all of your car audio needs. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all at Liberty Base. And we will see you guys next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Drew, Eastern time.
Well, I'm in the real time zone. So
Yeah, whatever you say. All righty, guys. We will talk to you guys then. Peace.